All right. So coming into the month, the energy you are bringing into the month of May from April, leftover from April, is the Three of Swords. There was some kind of heartbreak, some kind of painful realization that has occurred to you in April. Either somebody else brought this to your attention or you finally realized this about yourself and it hurt. It hurt really deep. What is crossing you and influencing you for the month is all the burdens that you are juggling right now. All the duties, all the tasks, the responsibilities that you are juggling, and you're trying to balance them all and maintain the status that you are at right now without dropping the ball on anything. It might be a good time to look at all these responsibilities and maybe delegate some of them out, let some of them go, release some of them, because it does look a little turbulent, like it's a little rough trying to balance your responsibilities at this time. Maybe some of these responsibilities aren't yours and you can give them back to whoever they belong to and they can take care of those responsibilities themselves. The foundation for the month is you have Five of Wands. And Five of Wands talks about bickering, conflict, friendly banter, and sometimes it's not friendly. Sometimes there's sarcasm involved, just little jabs here and there. It could be at work or it could be in your family life. This reading kind of looks mixed, looks like a mixed type of reading. So just people around you are kind of like a brother would do to another brother and say something like your hair is too short and you look like an eraser or something silly, just like jabs and just nitpicking and just kind of being rude. But you shouldn't pay attention to that. This is the foundation of the month because sometimes people are just like that. You can step above and rise above their actions. Your recent past is you were trying to change something. You were trying to create something in your life. You were trying to change your environment, the direction you were going, and you were unable to do it because obviously the time wasn't right, because it looks to me like you have all the skills and all the tools necessary to do any changes in your life. But if the timing's not right, if you don't have divine timing, you're not going to be able to create what it is you're trying to develop and create at this time. So this is your recent past. Maybe in this month you should readdress that and try to rebuild it again. Consciously, you have Four of Cups reversed. You're starting to pay attention to things that are being offered to you, around you, from the divine, from your spirituality, from other people offering their love to you, their support. You're actually starting to realize who your comrades are, the ones that are loyal to you and that really do care and are trying to help you. That's what you are consciously aware of for the month. Subconsciously, you are thinking about your stability, your foundation, your roots, your money that you have saved for a rainy day, and also if this is Four of Wands, so your foundation with your family, your friends, your support. If you need help, the people that you go to when you need to tell them stuff and you need to get support. Subconsciously, you are thinking about this and you are trying to build on it and develop it more. Some advice. You have Six of Cups. There is a relationship that you have been thinking about that you had in your past, one that you thought very fondly of. It was an innocent relationship where there was no preconceived ideas of what you wanted from this relationship. You just were friends just to be friends. You cared and you loved and you were concerned and compassionate to each other just for the sake of being that. And this is your advice for the month, is to remember this, to remember how it feels, to bring this back into your life, this innocence, this happiness that you had when you felt this way, when you were in that relationship. The potential for the month, you have the moon. There still seems to be like some things that you can't tell what is going to happen. And although you have the potential to see more than you have before, it's still going to be blocked. There's still going to be things that aren't disclosed to you. There's half-truths told to you. It's going to leave you kind of on edge, wondering what's going on. This could be in regards to a work environment. If a lot of things are changing at work, you could be told half-truths or not the complete story of what is all going on. And that's the potential for the month, is that you're going to know more than you used to, but not as much as you would like or really need to know. There'll still be things that aren't disclosed. Your leadership for the month is Princess of Swords. Now, swords are all about the mind, the intellect, having clear thinking, but by being reversed, at this time, you aren't coming up with any clear ideas of how to handle this situation, be it at work, like that seems to be at work, or actually this could all be a basis of work, because your work affects your stability at home, your foundation. And with the petty arguments and bickering, that I could totally see as a work thing, because work people do that all the time. So right now, you're not coming up with any clear ideas on how to handle the situation that you are going to be going through in the month of May. But it will become clear, probably by June. Everything will be cleared up and you'll have an understanding of the situation. Your environment, you have Princess of Pentacles reversed. There was a new beginning that you were trying to create and develop. It was just the beginning of it, just the message of it, just the hopes, the dreams of it. But it has been put on hold right now, probably because of what all this stuff is going on, and you're not getting the complete story of what is going on. This situation that you were developing in your environment has been put on hold. So you probably are going to have to readdress it, just like what you were trying to create. It's probably the same thing that you were trying to create in your world, in your life. You're probably going to have to readdress it again near the middle or the end of May, possibly into June. Now, your hopes and fears. You're hoping that you won't have to take time out with the Hermit reversed. You're hoping that you won't have to take time out. You won't be forced to take time out and think about the situation. You're hoping it'll just go in your favor and you won't need to reflect on it. I don't think you have the time to or the desire to reflect on the situation at this time. And your fear is that you might have to look at your future and make different plans. And you don't want to do that because you already had these plans because you have Two of Wands. You already have these plans plotted out and you don't want to. That's probably why your hope is you don't want to reflect because you already got your plans and you don't want to have to change them. And the final outcome is that you have the Lovers card. Now, this could be a relationship, but it seems to be pertaining to, it seems like a work thing that affects your relationship. So in the end, you do have this relationship, this foundation, this home life that is really strong and enduring and compassionate no matter what happens to you throughout the month. So you have this relationship, and it is a very strong bond indeed. No matter what happens, you'll have that in the end. Now I'd like to draw some clarification cards on perhaps, let's do the energy that's coming in with the Three of Swords. Let's look at that energy. What is that energy for Gemini coming in the month of May? All right. Sun. All right. The energy coming in is the Sun, the Stork, and the Bear. So it is a strong energy. Someone that's very strong, and it's going to be enlightening to you. So it could be something that you realized and it hurt really bad. It's going to bring something new into your life with the Stork, and this is going to be somebody that is very strong. So it might not be a bad thing. So if it's getting a new boss at work, it might not be a bad thing. It might initially hurt because you cared for the other one, but it's going to be, in the end, it's going to be this Bear. It's going to be somebody that's strong, and it might be actually better than what you had. But if it is a relationship that hurts, something in regards to a relationship, it's not a bad thing. It might have initially just hurt you because you were enlightened to some kind of change with somebody strong around you. Be it your partner is changing, something's changing, and you didn't like those changes that were happening. All right, let's see if we can do one more clarification. Let's do what it is that you were trying to create right here. This with the Alchemist reversed. What is it you were trying to create that has been postponed until the end of the month? What is it you were trying to create? Okay, you have the cross, the birds, and the whip. So the cross talks about burdens. You were trying to alleviate some burdens that were flying around really fast, it's almost like rumors were flying around really quickly, and it was stinging, it was hurting. That's what you were trying to do. You were trying to change those rumors, but you're unable to change them probably because you don't know the complete truth of what's going on. So that's why you're unable to make that adjustment or that change right now. And that's the environment. Well, it looks like you're going to have some changes in the month of May going on. I believe it appears to be at work, but you have your family, you have your love, your support, your stability, your core with you. And we'll look at the center card first because that is the center of the issue for those 2 weeks. This is the Bear card. It's the third card in the row. It's the Bear card. And the Bear talks about how strong you are right now and how strong, protecting, you have a lot of power. And if we look at the second card, the Star, and the fourth card, the Scythe, we can see the nature of this issue that brought you this power, this strength. With the Star card, it has something to do with your destiny, with some healing that you needed to do, which made you cut things out. And by healing that, it brought you strength, wholeness, oneness. What led up to this strength, this power you now have for the last 2 weeks, is the Lady, the first card, and the second card, the Star. Some female around you, could be a loved one, your lover, brought you healing. So this helped you to focus and heal and cut out what was necessary. The likely outcome is the fourth card, the Scythe, and the fifth card, the Book. What you cut out were the secrets. By revealing the secrets, probably to this female, it brought you healing and made you whole again. So now you're strong. If we look at the mirrored cards, 1 and 3, and 3 and 5, we have the Lady and the Bear. She is a strong lady, very strong and intelligent. You can see with the Book, and she's looking up, and she has a lot of love. You can see that with her rose there and the way she's pondering. And with the Bear and the Book, the secrets were powerful, but they needed to come out.